In this country, the elevator close button is always worn out. People reach into vending machines before their drink even lands. They don't just wait for a taxi, they run out to meet it. Why is Korea so obsessed with speed?
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Unpack Korea. Today, we're going to dive deep into the one phrase that defines the pulse of an entire nation. It's the first thing you'll hear, the first thing you'll feel, and eventually the first thing you'll start doing yourself. We are talking about Palli-Palli. If you've ever been in a Korean elevator, you've seen it. There's always that one person standing by the panel tapping the close button like they're playing a high-stakes video game. In most countries, you just wait for the door to shut. But in Korea, those 3 seconds of waiting are considered a lost opportunity. In fact, if you look at the buttons in older Korean buildings, the close button is often the most worn-out part of the entire panel. Sometimes the letters are completely erased from so much tapping. This isn't just a quirky habit, it's a national DNA that transformed a war-torn ruin into a global powerhouse in record time. But here's the million-dollar question. Were Koreans always this fast? Surprisingly, the answer is no. If you look at historical records from the Joseon dynasty, the elites actually valued the aesthetics of slowness. Walking fast was considered undignified and light. So what flipped the switch? It actually started in the rice fields. Unlike wheat, the harvest window for rice in Korea is incredibly tight, maybe just 10 days. If you missed that window because of a sudden frost or a storm, your family would literally starve for the rest of the year. Survival meant moving Palli-Palli. Then came the 1950s. After the Korean War, the country was literally leveled. We had to build everything from scratch. During the 60s and 70s, Palli-Palli became a state-sponsored mission. In the Seoul movement, villages literally competed to build roads and bridges. The faster you worked, the more support you got from the government. We compressed centuries of Western industrialization in just a few decades. Speed wasn't just a choice, it was our only way to survive poverty. Let's look at some mind-blowing comparisons to understand how efficient this makes the country. Did you know that a civil lawsuit in Japan takes an average of 360 days? And in the US, it's 420. In Korea, it's often done in 290. Think about getting your internet installed. In Japan or Europe, you might wait weeks for a technician. In Korea, if you call in the morning, they're often at your door by the afternoon. Even at the bank or the doctor's office, you can walk in without an appointment and be done with a full checkup or a new credit card in less than an hour. To a Korean, waiting isn't just boring, it's actually stressful. Psychologically, Koreans rank very high in uncertainty avoidance. We hate the in-between state. If a website takes more than 2 seconds to load, we don't wait, we click refresh or just close the tab. Have you ever noticed people standing up and grabbing their bags while the airplane is still taxiing? Or a person at a vending machine with their hand already inside the slot, waiting to grab the cup before the coffee even stops pouring? That is Palli-Palli in action. This culture is the secret engine behind the world's fastest internet and the incredible delivery systems. You can order a heavy refrigerator at midnight and have it installed in your kitchen by 7 a.m. the next morning. During the pandemic, this mindset allowed Korea to set up drive-through testing centers and distribute emergency funds to 99% of the population in just 3 weeks, a feat of administrative speed that no other nation could match. But every coin has 2 sides. This obsession with speed has a dark, heavy cost. In the past, Palli-Palli led to corner cutting in construction, resulting in horrific disasters like the collapse of the Sampoon department store and the Songsu Bridge in the 90s. You would think we learned our lesson, but the pressure of speed is still there. In 2023, a whole apartment parking lot collapsed because essential reinforcing bars were missing. Why? Because meeting the deadline is often prioritized over the integrity of the process. And then there's the human cost. Our delivery drivers are under immense pressure to meet ultra-fast deadlines, leading to dangerous accidents. The platforms use algorithms to track them down to the second, creating what we call time poverty. Behind the magic of 30-minute delivery, there are workers facing sleep deprivation in high-risk environments just to save us a few minutes. Living life at 200 miles per hour leads to massive burnout. Younger generations, the MZ generation, are finally starting to say enough. For the first time in Korean history, they're prioritizing work-life balance over success and choosing a slower pace of life. They want a society where speed doesn't come at the cost of safety or human dignity. So, is Palli-Palli a superpower that built a modern miracle, or is it a curse that makes everyone stressed? The truth is, it's both. It's an amazing engine that desperately needs a better brake system. The next time you're in Seoul and you see someone running to catch a subway that's coming in exactly 20 seconds, don't just laugh. Remember that you're looking at a person carrying the weight of a nation that refused to stay in the past. They aren't just in a hurry. They're part of a culture that learned to run so it wouldn't be left behind. Thank you for listening to Unpack Korea. If you enjoyed this deep dive into our culture, don't forget to check out our K-nuance series, where we break down the subtle psychology of Korean dating and social life. I'll see you in the next episode.